Hey guys, so in this video we are turning a regular Nuxt 3 app into this beautiful resume. We've already created this. This is part 12 of this Nuxt 3 beginners tutorial. So if you haven't seen the others, I recommend you do if you want to come up and build it up as we did from scratch. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add some props so we don't repeat components, because right now, see how these look the same? And if I look at the view dev tools, I'm gonna come out of here. Okay. So if we look at the view dev tools, look at the components, actually I'm gonna go back to especially the experience components. See that? We have 5 different subcomponents here, but they're all pretty much the same. All that's changing is the text. So what we're going to do is we're going to add what are known as props or properties, but they're called props. This is from Vue and Vue.js, and the same thing to here. And so we're going to make this just one. I don't know why this is repeating, because we only have one of this. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4 different components here, we'll just have one and just change the data. All right, let's get this happening. So what we could call this is actually section experience. We'll call this section experience, I don't know, component. I'm not thinking today. All right, let's just do that. Section experience component. Okay, so section experience, let's get there first. Section experience, where are you? Right there. So these are the section experience components. So what we're going to do, right, as we can see, if you go to, let's say, section experience senior, which is this one, we see that it has H3, so a heading of the senior, and then it has a subheading right there. Then it has some text, and then it has like a date. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this component into a general component that we can use for experience, so that we don't have to keep repeating these section experience components. So we're just going to copy and paste this one. Copy and paste, Control C and Control V, or Command C and Command V right here on the Mac. And we're just going to call this, I'm not thinking today, it's just going to call this section experience component. Okay. Gonna wait for nuxt 3 to do its thing. Has a renaming function that happens on the fly. So that's sweet, because in nuxt 2 can't do that. You have to restart. We won't save this. You have to restart your whole app. All right, so here is what we're going to do. We're going to create props to this component. So we're going to write some JavaScript. Going to say script setup, and we're going to say const props equals define props, and then we're going to do that. So the props right here, this looks like it's a title, right? So we're just going to say title, and then the data type. It's a string, just like that. And then the subheading. Come on, get out of it. Okay. The subheading, which will go right there. And that is a string as well. The whole string is here, so it should be too difficult. And that, the P, we'll call that just text. That's a string as well. And this is the date, which is a string. All right. Now, all we're going to do, right, is we're just going to replace this, and we're going to use those little mustaches. I think that's what you call them. Mustaches. It's gonna go that title. Go right there. And then the same thing, subheading. Actually, I think I should call that like subtitle. Subheading, I know it's here, but yeah, it should be subtitles or something else. Title, subhead, title, subhead. Oh well, subheading. Because subtitle is something else. Okay, this we'll call this whole thing text, and we don't need all that space. We're gonna make this look a little nicer. And then we are going to call this date. I wonder if I need to do props.title. I don't think so, but let's see. Okay, so we got our props going, we got title. Okay, so we're gonna test this, right? What we're gonna do is we are going to put section experience component. Where we're gonna put that? We're going to put that section experience right underneath here. And we're gonna call this section experience component. Okay. Let's just start with one thing. So the way to add the title, right? Is we have the section experience component, and this is the component with it, it can now receive props, which will replace this that we have up here. So let's just start with something simple, because it's always good to start with something simple before we do something complex. We're going to say like that, just title. Now you can do, I think it's called vbind or something like that. That's from view. You could do that and then do title. But I like to do it like this. It's just faster. And it's smaller and neater. Okay. So title. No, let's just call this it has to be string. My experience. Let's see what it happened. So what we should see is that when we render this component, we should see a component that looks a lot like these, but with just a title. Let's see if that's working. That's experience, right? So it should be right. There you go. See? Beautiful. It worked the first time. That's great. So my experience. So we're just gonna copy that, and put it right there. So we're gonna say senior web developer IntelliTech Solutions. Okay. So the title is senior web developer. And then that was subtitle. No, subheading. And it's IntelliTech. Oh man. Is it IntelliTech? Solutions. This is getting too long. We're going to bring this down here so it's easy to edit. And then the other props were text. I'm going to just copy that because that is a lot of text. I need the cursor. Copy that. Copy. And paste. Oh. Okay, I'm assuming we have some good CSS here that if I... Oh no. You know what we're going to do? Okay, something's wrong here, probably because we don't have... Oh, what is wrong? Title. Oh, it's a text too long. Here is what we're going to do. I'm going to just... Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use these... What do you call these again? Inline something. I can't remember. But this little tick, which is on your keyboard, if you're using like the the regular English keyboard, it is the little like backhand apostrophe or something? That's just before the one key. Just before the one key. Okay, let's do that, but then we're gonna go paste. Now that works just fine. And no matter, see, this should work just fine as well. This allows us to have text on multiple lines without it going crazy. I think that looks okay, but I need to be able to see it. Okay, let's copy. See, there it is. Very good. And then the date is March 2013 to present. Just gonna copy that. And the date. Now, just so you know, the props don't need to be in this order. They can be in whatever order. You don't have to follow this. It can be in whatever order you want. Okay, so we've now seen that we have componentized this, right? So now instead of us having to rewrite this all these times, which it wouldn't make very much sense, because then it's just us. We have a component, but we're repeating the component, and that's not really what we want to do. So what we want to do is actually just create an array that has this one component, and then we're just gonna repeat that, go through that array and then read this out. All right, so let's see, how do we do that? Maybe we're gonna do this in the next video. I'll see you soon. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to click the link below the video. That will show you a really amazing way to build your Nuxt apps. I'm telling you, if you want to have like beautiful apps that work, that are not hard to debug when they get large, you really want to check this out. So make sure you click the link below and I will send it right to your email. All right, I'll see you soon. Oh, come on, we gotta stop the